What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Hiddenheightsfarm. Today is a work day. It is a weekend, but it is a day that has come and we can't put this off any longer. Today we already did it, but I'm doing the intro video now. I didn't know Rachel was going to film some of it. When I got up this morning, I waited for the rain to clear, and as soon as it did, I went and got my chainsaws ready, and I came out here and started cutting up this tree, because this is something we couldn't put off any longer. We've been waiting for cooler weather, and it's here now. This big tree that fell right next to our house was a big eyesore, and now we got this big stump. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm about to probably rent a dozer or have someone come in with the dozer if we can round up enough cash to have someone come in and help us out with that. We're also wanting to clear off some more of our land back here to the west in our bigger pasture to make some more room for the goats and some more grazing room anyways. But yeah, I cannot budge this with the tractor. I don't even know if you guys can tell how big it is on video, but this thing is massive. Massive. I haven't counted the rings to see how old it is. I know a lot of you were commenting and said count the rings, see how old that tree is. So in the video, let me explain a little bit. When I cut this tree loose from the stump, I used a dull chain. I cut a lot of these logs or these limbs off, and I used one chain. I just sharpened it one time, and then it was a little bit dull when I started cutting this, so it took a little bit longer. But I didn't want to use one of my new chains because it had a lot of dirt and like silt and mud all around where I cut, and it would just dull the new chain pretty quick. So that's why it took a little bit longer. But put the old dump truck to work. I know Rachel makes fun of it because it's kind of a mess inside. It's a work truck. I mean, that's what it is. It ain't like we go to church or go to town in it or anything, so it don't have to be pretty. I do need to do some things on it. But anyways, I'm just shooting this little video now to tell you guys a little bit about what we did, because I didn't talk a lot in the process. Like I said, when I got up this morning, I had a mission, and the mission was to come out here and start getting this thing cut up. We got probably 75% of the work done, got all the limbs hauled off. That was the hard part. I had to climb up there and start falling limbs off and this and that, and had my dad over here helping me a little bit, so that made it a lot easier. Then the rain came, and that's why we're at a stopping point, and also was almost out of gas. So time to resharpen some chains, and then we'll come back at it. I think Dutch is going to bring over one of his saws next weekend, or let me borrow. He's got a bigger steel chainsaw. It's more of a commercial grade saw, and it should zip right through this big stuff. My 20-inch bar, I had to hit it on both sides because it wasn't long enough to go through both sides to get one clean cut on that trunk part, and that was the widest part of the tree. So if he brings that chainsaw over and we put a new chain on there, I think we can whiz right through this thing. But guys, we're gonna, let me start over. So this was a big mess for us, right? The storm came in, but it's a blessing as well. You take what you get. God came through with the storm, pushed the storm through here. This tree fell over. Now we got oak firewood. We won't burn it this year because it's still going to be green. We'll let it season a year, and we'll burn it next year. But you got to look at it as a blessing. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a lot of work. We lost a beautiful tree in our yard, but now we're going to have firewood. This thing's going to produce, I don't know, I'm going to say probably 4, 5, 6 rick of firewood. So yeah, it's going to be good for us. Got my other little helper here. Every time we loaded the dump truck up with brush, Skeeter was just waiting for us to get in the truck, and Dad would open the gate for me and hold Skeeter, and he wanted to ride in the truck every time. So he wouldn't leave our side because he knew eventually when we loaded the truck up with the tractor with all the limbs, he was ready to jump in and get to go on a ride with us. But yeah, I used the Kubota tractor we got after we got some limbs cut. We cut off all the bigger stuff to use for firewood, and all the limbs were piled up. I used the Kubota grapple, or used the Kubota tractor with the grapple, pick up the limbs, load the dump truck, and hauled them off. So that was a big help as well. That grapple, if you guys got a tractor and you got like woods and rocks or anything around your farm or whatever, get a grapple, man. Them things make life a lot easier when you're working out on the farm and stuff. But anyways, guys, I'm not going to talk too much. I don't know what all Rachel recorded. yeah, so I'm gonna just make this little intro and talk about a little bit what we did, and that's it. I mean, we got a big mess here. Still got a lot of leaves and such, but we got all that. We got all the brush hauled over in the other pasture. We're gonna burn that big brush pile. I think I talked about that a little bit in the video. So, anyways, guys, I'll just try to put some music on here or something and let you guys watch. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Well, there it went. Are you tired?
Yeah. What?
You got half the work on your head.
Yeah, I know. Okay, now I can put on a sharper chain. I wanted to use that old one to get all around that stump because there was a lot of dirt and rocks right there. I knew I was going to hit some. I didn't want to run one of my new chains, so the rest should go a little quicker.
Good job.
Alright guys, so we're taking our second load of limbs over to the brush pile. We got a big brush pile over where our Spanish goats are in the bigger pasture. We haven't burned yet. We need to burn it hopefully this fall or winter. If we get a good rain or snow, we'll burn it. But this is our second load and it's a pretty good load. We'll try to film a little bit of it dumping. I know a lot of people's been asking if we ever use this dump truck. When we first started this YouTube channel, I bought this dump truck and a lot of people kind of kept with the progress of me trying to fix it up and everything, because when I bought it, it didn't run. But it's been a big help.
So Kevin was just talking about how this thing drives like a Cadillac.
Yeah, rebuilt everything.
I mean, it is fancy. So we're gonna check out this truck here. So you do have FM radio and
that don't work.
Oh, it don't work.
No, FM AM radio.
Oh, okay. What else? Does the heat and air work?
No, air conditioner is pulled out. The gauges work. The gas gauge, speedometer, and all that works great.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just a farm truck, and it gets the job done and makes our life a lot easier.
I mean, we got priceless, dirt in here.
Needs a new seat.
Yeah.
So anyone around here has a seat for an 88 to 98 Chevy, let me know.
We got a fishing lure in here.
Yeah, that was easy.
I mean, that came with the truck.
Yeah.
That came with it. You cannot beat that. Look at this. That is, I don't know what we're going to do about that. What are we going to do about this big old thing in the yard?
I don't know. We have to get a dozer and push it around and let it rot. I don't know anything else you can do. It's too heavy for the tractor.
Okay, it's starting to rain.
Yep.
So we've got a trespasser. Again. He's making this a regular habit, man. Who's your trespasser?
Huh?
Who's your trespasser?
Little Dutch. Let's see that.
Oh, it's recording.
I'm surprised he knows how to back up a trailer. Alright, we're gonna go interview old Dutch and see what he borrowed the trailer for this time. Everybody needs to comment on his video and tell him to buy his.
That for me, it's raining.
Huh? What'd you borrow that old trailer for this time?
Oh, taking some stuff to the auction,
Yeah?
Got some Kiko goats.
You got video out yet?
I posted it today.
Yeah. This video won't come out for a while, but
Yeah, them Kiko goats kind of look like yours.
yeah, the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good goats.
Yeah, they don't look real wormy like Daniel's. You know what I mean?
I didn't
Man, did you
say
get a new chute over there?
Yeah.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
I need to borrow it.
Yeah, maybe one day. All right, we're gonna get this trailer unloaded because it's starting to rain again.